to go from feeling like you were that girl to like you are just some girl, like what is that like? Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. Today it is just gonna be me, Victoria. I just came here to talk to you guys. It is Wine Down Wednesday. I don't have any wine because I cannot get the corkscrew out of this bottle with the wine opener that I have. So we are drinking Jose Cuervo margarita, period, fire. I was sipping on some Stella Rosa Black, but that's 5%. That's like juice. Like, get that out of here. But I was just killing that bottle. Well, it wasn't a full bottle. I was not killing the full bottle, let me specify. But I just drank that. It got me a little, I guess I drank enough. I'm feeling good, but we're gonna crack this open and we are gonna get into some things today because I've just been feeling like I've been going through a lot and I want to talk to y'all. So hopefully I can, you know, my message resonates with somebody, and if you're feeling the same way, let me know. And if you're not, some good affirmations, drop them down in the comments. We would love to hear that. I would love to hear those because right now I need it. But yeah, so today is just gonna be me. Oscar is at work and my little rascals is upstairs sleeping, so I feel like I'm talking too loud. I might wake them up, so I need to lower my voice because I be talking loud, but I need those girls to stay asleep. Like, God is so good. They are asleep and it is 9:49. If you know me, if you know our family personally, you know these kids be up till about 12 in the morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2:30, 4 o'clock, ignorant, okay? So the fact that they're asleep and I'm able to do this video, thank you, God, it was meant to be. But let me crack this open and let's get to talking. So I wanted to do this video because I just feel like ever since I became a mom, like all of my, obviously my responsibilities and priorities change because now I have 2 lives to care for, but I just kind of feel like I've lost myself. I feel like I've started to slowly regain like my identity outside of being a mom, outside of being a girlfriend, outside of being, you know, an employee to a company. But I really feel like I lost myself. Like, obviously having the girls was unexpected. If you didn't hear about how I found out I was pregnant, I'm gonna put it up here. Okay, watch that video and then come back to this one so you can hear whatever transpired when we found out that we were pregnant. But since I found out I was pregnant, I just kind of felt like, okay, my identity and my everything has to be given to the children. And like, to an extent, I do feel like that is true. Once you do bring children into this world, you do have to cut a piece of yourself and give it to them. But I feel like another part of me has like still been kind of lost and like just wandering around. And I know a huge part of that is obviously like my weight and like the way that my body changed after having, you know, giving birth and having children. Mind you, I did gain some weight, some relationship weight when Oscar and I got together. So that was like 2 years, and then, well, like a year and a half. And then the girls came about. And so we're here today. Me and Oscar are going on to 4 years. So my body has changed a lot in these 4 years. And I feel like I'm really hard on myself because I'm going back to the expectation of even before I had the relationship weight. Like, I want to get down to that, to the size I was prior to, you know, being in the relationship. But like, first of all, I'm older. I'm going to be 26 a month from today. I'm going to be 26. My metabolism has slowed down. I work from home. Even if I didn't work from home, I work a job where I'm like sitting down majority of the time. So I'm not moving. I'm not actively engaging my body. And then like, I'm so tired because of everything that I have going on that sometimes I'm not like in the mood to exercise, but I'd be in the mood to eat. But anyway, I like something I started to do. Well, let me go back. So obviously had the babies, brought them home after a month of them being born, was eating whatever because I, you know, my recovery, like I had both a vaginal delivery and like a C-section. So my recovery was like a lot. And if y'all want to hear more about my labor and delivery story, drop it down in the comments because that is a story. And honestly, I could have sued the hospital. I feel like I could have sued the hospital had they taken a different approach. I could have sued the hospital for what they was trying to do. But anyway, different story. Came home, recovered, and then I was just kind of like eating everything under the sun. And so by the time December 2020 came around, like I was basically unrecognizable. I was at my highest weight. I was 187. And I remember looking at the pictures and it was like, I couldn't even butt it. Like, oh, Oscar and I had taken like pictures together. We had taken pictures with our girls and like, I couldn't even butt in my pants. That's how big my stomach was at the time. And I was just like, who is this girl? Like, obviously if you're comfortable in your body, no matter what it looks like, I think that's an amazing thing. But I wasn't comfortable. I didn't like the way that I look. I wasn't content. And it took a couple of months. Like I think it was in March of 2021. It was when I really got serious and started like actively trying to lose weight. And like to now, from then to now, I've lost 27 pounds. So I'm 100. Well, today when I weighed myself, I was 160 pounds, which is like, I feel like a good thing, but I still feel like I'm not comfortable and I don't look as good as I want to. My goal is to get to like 140, 145. The biggest challenge, I don't feel like I deal with it so much now because I kind of like block it out if things come up, but it's like comments from like friends and family like, oh, you need to do X, Y, and Z, or oh, like you looking like you know, like not positive affirmations, not like, oh, like we should, you know, we should go walk together, we should do X, Y, and Z. And it's just, for some family I do know, some, well, not just family, like even friends, some people I do know like it's coming from a genuine place. Other people I feel like it was like kind of a dig, and it was like just really unfortunate because when you feel like you already don't look good and you feel down on yourself, to have other people say something is like really hard to take in. But like I guess as I've started to lose weight and like get more serious about like exercising and like watching what I'm eating and eating in moderation, I've kind of been able to tune it out. And that's kind of helped. I still feel like I'm not where I want to be, but I definitely feel like I'm getting closer to that goal. So that's definitely been like a big part of why I feel like I've losing myself, because I used to be like that girl. And so to come and like, you know, 5 years later feel like you're a whole different person, you can't even fully recognize yourself unless, girl, I beat this face with the cards, then I'd be like, okay. Because the way my makeup used to be, child, sometimes it do be a little shaky, I'm not gonna lie. Even to this day, it just depends on the day, but I be that girl with this face. But yeah, to go from feeling like you were that girl to like you are just some girl, like what is that? Like I don't like that. But yeah, so I've definitely tried to make strides with in terms of that, and just kind of reconciling that I'm gonna get to my goal. I may not get to it as fast as I want to, but as long as I'm like actively taking the steps to, you know, make those changes and not worry about what outside opinions have to think or have to say, like I'll be good. And I think not caring about what other people say is a really important thing. And that kind of leads me to like motherhood and just like my thoughts on being a mom. So I have like struggled lately with trying to like make mom friends and or make friends in general. Like I have a handful of friends, but I want to expand my social circle, and I especially want to expand it to include women that are kind of going through the same thing in life that I'm going through, so that are not necessarily in relationships but have children or are pregnant and like can relate to some of the difficulties that I am facing like as a mom. But it's been kind of difficult because they be funny style. Like okay, so I there's this app. I'm not gonna drop it because they ain't sponsoring us, but if they ever want to sponsor us, holla at me. Okay, you are an app dedicated for mom or women looking to make friends, dedicated to learning about different things like motherhood, pregnancy, all that. You know who you are. So drop the sponsorship if you, because I'll talk about you. But anyway, I will be on the app, and like I've met a couple of women today. Actually, I met one of the moms in person for the first time ever, which was really nice. I didn't think it was gonna happen, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really glad that it did, because it was just nice to like talk to somebody that gets it, and like we're walking with our children, and it's like it's just nice to feel like somebody can relate to what you're going through. But a lot of the other moms, they're like, some of them are cool from what I've gathered in our conversations, but like I feel kind of guilty talking to them because they'll be like, oh, my children is my world, my everything. Like, oh, I don't really like to go out. I don't really like to drink. I don't like to do X, Y, and Z. Like, I just need my family. And I think that's very beautiful. But like, your girl's gonna turn up. Like, I was a turn up queen before I had these kids. I turned up a little bit too much, so I am grateful that Kennedy and Kira have come into my life and have kind of like toned me down. But you ain't never gonna do it like dim this light, baby. Like, I'm gonna always be like the turn up queen. It's just gonna be, I'm gonna be a little more classy with it, a little more responsible. But yeah, it just like, it makes me feel guilty when I hear them say like, oh, I just need my kids, I just need my family, I just need my man. And like, I need those things too, but I need like friends. I need like to get out. I need to sometimes feel like my identity is not just wrapped up in being a mom 24/7, because I'm more than that. I'm a mom. I think I'm a damn good mom considering everything that I have to deal with, and you know, taking care of my household. But I also feel like that's a huge burden. Like, it's very overwhelming, and sometimes I feel consumed by that, like that feeling of just being a mom, being superwoman. It's what I feel like, and getting pulled in so many different directions. And I feel like it's okay if we as women, or we as people, I should say, we as people feel like I can't do it all. Like, sometimes I need a break, and I don't want to feel like people are looking at me funny because I want to go turn up. I want to go take a break, because I work from home. I am like head of my household, holding down my family while my boyfriend is in school and he's working as well. But it's like, my kids don't go to daycare. I take care of them while I'm working. My boyfriend helps when he's here too. But sometimes he has to go to work and like early. And so I'm like left to deal with them. But I have meetings, I have all these things, and you know, getting a promotion at work, kinda. Anywho, getting a promotion at work has required me to like have more responsibilities. So like juggling those while also feeling, no, I'm not gonna say that, but because I'm glad I got my check. So let me be quiet. But juggling all those responsibilities every single day is so overwhelming. And I think this message is really important to tell, specifically for all the moms out there that feel like they're pulled in a million directions. Like, it's okay to cry. It's okay, like, if you need a break. It's okay if you want to let loose and get wild for a little bit. As long as your children are not neglected, as long as you know you're doing the best that you can, it's okay. And I feel like sometimes, I feel like, well, today actually, and before today, like, my parents have recognized me, but my dad, he said something really nice, and it was going to bring me to tears actually, because he was telling me that he was describing to somebody else everything that I had been going through these past 2 years since our girls had been born. And he was just like, I'm just so impressed with how Victoria has handled everything, and you know, hasn't really asked for help, and is, you know, tackling all of her responsibilities. And like, I know that's what you're supposed to do, but it is nice to feel like you have support at times, and like you have other people, which I do have support. But sometimes there's things that support can't help with, that you as an individual just have to like fight and deal with. But it just really meant a lot to hear him say like he's impressed and he's proud of me, because sometimes I'm not proud of myself. Sometimes I feel like a failure, and like I'm not doing enough, or there's more that I can be doing. But it's just hard to reconcile with that. But my overall message is just like, to all the moms out there that feel overwhelmed, like, I feel overwhelmed too, and I understand what you're going through. And if you guys ever want to talk, because look, I'm always trying to connect with other moms. Always trying to connect with other people, but specifically like other women, other moms that are going through challenging situations. Like, reach out to me. We can talk about it, because it's just hard out here. Like, life is hard, and it just, sometimes you need a break. And I don't feel like people should make you feel guilty for wanting one. Like, me and Oscar just went to Vegas. We turned up. Like, y'all didn't see like no raunchy crazy stuff, because we still got family that's watching. Like, maybe when we get more subscribers, we gonna turn up, and I'm gonna have to be like, sorry fam. But like that break was so needed, and like I felt like it was short-lived. It could have been a little longer, but I'm just grateful to have had it in the first place. And it was just like that little rejuvenation. I'm like, okay, like I've had a break, like let me get going. Now I'm like, if anybody want to offer a break again, these kids is ready to go, I'll pack they bag. That's terrible, but honestly I'm like, a break is nice, and I think that's okay. Like I love my children dearly. I can't imagine my life without them. I can't imagine having made any other decision than having them, bringing them into this world, for me personally. But sometimes it is like nice to be like, like I don't have to worry about anything. So I just wanted to be a voice to say it is okay, you're gonna make it through. Sometimes I feel like I'm not. Like when I first brought these kids home and like was working, juggling work and dealing with them, and they were smaller, and we were having issues at our old apartment with our neighbors because they were complaining about our babies crying. Like, who complains about babies crying? I would cry every single day. Like I barely just stopped crying every single day, like when we moved into this place in November, because life was just so challenging and difficult, and I really didn't know how I was going to make it through to the next day. But I just pray to God. I give him basically all that I possibly can, and just am like, Lord, it's in your hands. Like I'm here on this earth to follow through with your will, whatever it is. If these are the challenges that I have to endure in order to get to the life that I really want, to the life that, you know, is a little bit more peaceful, calmer, I'm gonna do it. So it's hard out here for parent. No, I was playing. It's hard out here for mom. It's hard out here for everybody. Let me just say. But I just really wanted to get on here and talk to y'all because your girl be going through it for real. My camera's about to die, and I've been running my trap for a little bit. But I hope you guys take something away from this. If not, that's okay. This was for me. I felt really good because I've opened my camera up so many times to try to do this, and I just haven't. And I feel good about today. So thank y'all for chit-chatting with me. If y'all like this, I might do this again. Regardless, I might do it again. I'm not even gonna lie, because this is therapeutic. But check out any of the other videos we have on our channel. Drop a comment down below, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe, because we are on the road to, what are we on the road to? We on the road to 150, we on the road to 200, but really we on the road to 500 subscribers. That is not a huge amount in my opinion. So get us to 500, y'all. Okay, subscribe. But we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.